Good morning, everyone. I'm Jim Scott. Glad you could join me here at the weather desk on this Wednesday. We are officially 4 days into February, and if you're hoping for an early spring, I've got some news that might make you want to snuggle back in under the blankets. So grab your coffee because we've got a lot of ground to cover from coast to coast. We begin with the headline story. The Arctic Gate is wide open. We've been tracking a lobe of polar vortex that has settled in over the Great Lakes and the Northeast, keeping the cold locked in place. And it's not just cold, it's the kind of cold that gets into everything. For folks in Chicago, Detroit, and Buffalo, it's a triple layer kind of morning. Many areas are dealing with highs that barely reach the low 20s, and once you factor in the wind, it feels much more like the single digits in spots. And this cold is pushing south too. Even parts of the deep south are feeling the bite this morning, with frost alerts active down through the parts of Georgia and the Carolinas. Now let's talk about the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, because today is more about a messy mix than a major snowstorm. A frontal system is sliding through. While we're not looking at a blockbuster blizzard, it's going to be enough to cause headaches. Parts of the Mid-Atlantic could see sloppy transition from light snow to freezing rain, especially during the morning and midday hours. Looking at travel concerns, even a thin glaze can create slick bridges and overpasses, so take it slow if you're heading out early. Further south, that same system brings steady rain and in some spots a few rumbles of thunder across the Carolinas and into Florida. The bottom line for the east today, not extreme but disruptive, especially where freezing rain shows up. In the nation's midsection, it's all about the Clipper train, a parade of fast-moving system driving out of Canada. These clippers are quick hitters, but they can still add up. Light snow for parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin. Look for periods of light snow, generally a dusting up to 1 to 2 inches in spots. It's not a major accumulation, but enough to create a brief visibility and drop in slick roads, and especially during the morning and evening commute window. And here's the interesting twist. While the east is stuck in the freezer, the high plains and Rockies may actually see a little help from this system. In parts of Montana and Wyoming, downsloping winds could bump temperatures up enough that some spots end up warmer than parts of the Ohio Valley today. Mother Nature definitely has a sense of humor this week. Out west, today is the calm before the change. For much of California and the Southwest, it's a seasonable, quieter day. Dry weather, decent visibility, and no widespread hazards. But don't get too comfortable because we're tracking a pattern shift. By the weekend, we expect moisture to return to parts of the Pacific Northwest and the Sierra Nevadas. That could bring a more active stretch of weather back into the western mountains, which is something we'll be watching closely. So if you're in the west, enjoying the sunshine while you've got it, because we may be turning the page soon. So here's the big takeaway for Wednesday. Winter is still very much in control, especially across the Great Lakes and the Northeast, with wind chills making it feel harsh. The East deals with a messy mix. The central U.S. keeps seeing Clipper system, and the West stays quieter. For now, with a change brewing later this week. I'm Jim Scott, and that's your national weather forecast from Jim Scott's Weather Desk. Stay warm, stay safe, and I'll be back here with another update soon. Good morning, Indiana and Ohio. Here's your area forecast for over the next few days. And looking at the temperature this morning, here's what you can expect as you head out the door. We'll see mostly sunny skies, but it stays cold. High temperatures reach near 20, and with the northeast wind at around 6 miles per hour, it'll feel colder at times. Wind chills as low as -1, and if you're heading out, clouds increase as we head into the evening with mostly cloudy skies overnight. Lows drop to around 5 degrees. A north wind around 5 miles per hour becomes calm later in the evening, which will let the cold settle in. Thursday stays mostly cloudy and we get a bump in the temperature. Highs reach around 23 degrees. Winds start calm, then turn southwest at 5 to 7 miles per hour by the afternoon. Nothing strong, just enough to hint at a slow change. Thursday night still mostly cloudy, but not as harsh as the previous nights. Lows dip to around 18 degrees. And then Friday brings the best improvement of the stretch. We stay mostly cloudy, but highs climb to around 35 degrees, a noticeable step up compared to the midweek, with temperatures closer to freezing. Keep an eye out for wet spots that could refreeze later. You don't want to end up like this here. Friday night, skies turn partly cloudy and colder. Air returns overnight. Lows fall back to around 6 degrees, so everything that melts during the day could refreeze again. The bottom line, the cold midweek continues. Then we moderate on Friday before the temperatures drop again Friday night. At your latest forecast from Jim Scott's Weather Desk, stay warm, stay safe, and I'll see you with the next update. And if you haven't done so yet, please join the channel. Help us grow and show your support by giving a thumbs up. Sure appreciate it. And be sure to send us a comment. I love seeing the comments, and I do read them, each and every one of them.